And the recording has started for the final game of the round robin of the low score gaming wingman tournament. We have had the Originals beat the Procreators, we've had the Procreators beat the reigning Chumps, and now we have had the reigning Chumps up against the Originals. We've got an exciting lineup, best of three here. Quirky Turtle moving out. This is going to be the pick of the reigning Chumps here on train, which we did just see the Originals lose, actually, surprisingly, up against the Procreators. They know themselves this is a map they don't like being in. Crazy Stretchy, good flashbang down towards Olaf here. No kills as of yet, and actually everyone's still got quite a lot of HP considering the amount of shots that have been rattling off. And my goodness, the dual Berettas aren't quite doing as much damage as Quirky Turtle perhaps wanted, and it's Crazy Sketchy watching the backlines here onto Leon, and he finds one. We know that Quirky Turtle is low, and there we go. Crazy Sketchy mops it up to make it 1-0 for the Originals, but I can't speak too soon. And the reason being is because not 20 minutes ago, I did just see the evidence in real life before my very eyes. The Originals were 9 up, Procreators 5 down, and the Procreators landed about 6 rounds on the trot and closed it out 11-9. So the Originals are going to have to convince me that if they are going to be taking home train. Quirky Turtle now with that Desert Eagle primed down towards his position. Oh, the crosshair looked like it was so on! He's still going to peek it. He's so greedy. Why Thwomp is going back for it, I have no idea, but Thwomp has managed to get a tag on him. But at what cost? Thwomp is down to 25 points of health. All it takes is for that SMG from Leon to just only ever so slightly graze Thwomp, and he's going to be in big trouble. Down they come now. Quirky Turtle should be going first, but instead he's going to let Neon go first. He wants that glory for himself. And now Thwomp in on the left. There it is, an easy mop-up, and now Quirky Turtle has been gifted a scout, and Crazy's in a big problem. 45 seconds still left on the clock. They can work their way through all of the backlines, but Crazy's going to be going up to heaven, I think. Interesting call by him. He's in a tight little corner here. He will find one there. The jiggle peek from the scout. It's all too much, but oh my goodness! Crazy Sketchy does manage to find the headshot, but Leon will be there to trade it up close. The reigning Chumps making it 1-1 on their map pick of train. Now, if the reigning Chumps lose this, they will become the team who go 0-2, and they will not be looking like reigning Chumps. They will be the losing Slumps, and they will be out of the competition. And we will go to a grand final where the Originals will be up against the Procreators. Now, the Originals, if they win this, will have a round advantage or a map advantage because they would have won 2 out of the... 2 of their games, both of their games in the round robin. Whereas the Procreators only won 1 of their games. So they will be at a disadvantage. Crazy going for a crazy duel that far away. That is crazy. A Thwomp with no armour, but big testicles as he comes close. He has no idea, though, that Leon has just crept past him. Oh, it's not Leon, it's Quirky Turtle. I think Quirky Turtle doesn't really know where it's gone as well. That's a great tag. Thwomp is very low. He's already switched to his pistol as well. There's a separate duel happening on towards... Oh, catch that! Simon, that's going to be really hard. Crazy Sketchy reloading in the open. Bomb goes down, and Leon doing the exact right thing of running to the bomb. Don't be taking that fight with Crazy Sketchy. And why they're even fighting so far away from the objective rather than having a 2 versus 1 with Quirky Turtle on site. I think the Originals need to have a major look at themselves. Crazy Sketchy getting caught out there. Crazy. That's just a little speech impediment there. We love it. Watcher. Radio the Wangers. We're going to need some help as Thwomp and Crazy Sketchy come into this round with none other than P250s. Quirky Turtle holding on to that scout. He's not going to be showing any respect. However, that's a little whiff shot there. He's going to be aiming to do a little bit of damage. Leon moves out with that flash. Surely they're going to remember to check Ivy or Pop Dog. I mean, in goes the HE. They need to check all these angles. Great play together there. That was really important because Crazy Sketchy did isolate the sniper player there, and he could have really easily picked himself up a kill. Thwomp, who has been trapped in, 35 points of health in towards Pop Dog. I think it's been enough time. They're still not sure where he is, but there may be a Molotov or a smoke in towards this position, and it's going to lock him in again. Quirky Turtle, I think, has a very strong idea where he might be. That smoke on the bomb, though, means that Thwomp can move out as he checks towards Con. Good angles. Good check up and towards heaven as well. He's still not quite sure where it is, but Quirky Turtle locks it down. The reigning Chumps making it 3-1. Now, the other possibility, which I didn't mention, was that, of course, if the reigning Chumps win this, That would mean that every team has won and lost one, and I think we reach a deadlock where we will just have to draw straws and flip pennies and measure the length of our manhood to see who is actually the true winner of tonight's Wingman tournament. The hopes is, if we want to see a grand final, is that the Originals will have to win it out. And remember, the Originals are actually the current reigning champions. They have a lot more pride on the line, a lot more to lose if they lose this. Thwomp going for an Ivy check. He says he will need to see if this area is clear, and it is clear. They know they're not coming that way, but oh, the timing as well. And the fact that Quirky Turtle knows to have a quick look at that is brilliant. Will he catch Thwomp out here? Will he catch anyone out looking? Crazy Sketchy on that great peek down towards there, and he is going to just miss that angle for a second. The smoke comes out here, which Leon can now push out of as well. Crazy Sketchy, brave on top of these trains here, getting a big aerial view of the bomb site. Molotov down in towards Connector. This is going to be very hairy for the Originals, but Crazy will find the kill there onto Leon. Oh my goodness, this is really, really close. Crazy has managed to spot him, and that's really easy and beautifully done there by the Originals. They bide their time, they sit back, they make the reigning chumps do the work. They make them come in and try and take that bomb site. But all is not lost. Cash for days if you're the reigning chumps. They're a round in head, and they had 7 grand each coming in towards this round. Leon will be opting for the Krieg, and Quirky Turtle quick. Oh, he knows that there was one just slipping behind the E-box just there. Crazy Sketchy very fortunate that he just managed to eclipse himself by the E-box as he retreated in towards Pop. Look at this, we're going to be seeing both T's moving down towards the Ivy position. Good checks of these corners, but there aren't any CTs out towards these positions. Instead, they are down here towards the buffers. Moving up close to A main, look at this. The other player down in towards Con. Thwomp now moving towards the back lines. I think he has a vague idea that they could be coming in. Crazy Sketchy has checked out A main. They know that A main is clear. This is going to be tough. Really tough. And oh, Thwomp magically catches out Quirky Turtle. There's only 30 seconds left to go. Leon gets caught out by Crazy Sketchy, and this is all falling apart. AWP retrieved as well. They were pushed away by the utility. That was only default utility in towards A main as well. And the fact that just the basic utility was enough to push them off that intended push in towards A main and go all the way around Ivy. And I say it again, when we saw the Procreators on this map just a few minutes ago, leave Ivy alone. It's too far away. It's too far removed. It's really hard to make any kind of play with pace down there. Thwomp has gone round, and look how quick it is for the CTs to get that information that it's not there. He's mollying close, making sure that no one's there. Quirky Turtle already on the train here, though. Quirky Turtle may completely catch out Thwomp if he's not ready here. May completely and utterly catch him out. He's fired a little bit early, and Thwomp can capitalise on the eagerness from the boy. Oh, and there's a great trade up there by Leon. I don't think they expected him out so close. Thwomp may be asking, why are they out this close? Why are they being allowed to get this far? Control your spray! But Crazy will control his first, and he gets the lead to make it 4-3. A tough round. Thwomp, though, still with plenty of dollar. He can buy straight back in with an AWP. And remember, this is the pick of the reigning chumps. The reigning chumps need to win this if they want to have any hope of a deadlock. The Originals want to win this to go to a grand final and outright win tonight's competition. Great angle here. He's missed the timing again. Quirky with some... Sorry, that was Leon with some great movement there in A main. Leon picks up a good kill here. Now it's down to Thwomp. Good swing. Again, I said last game with Train, it's a shooting gallery. You don't want to be caught going down right side of Trains. Now it's down to Quirky Turtle, who may get caught E-box if he's not careful. Thwomp is moving right up close. There it is. Straight between the eyes. A slap straight in the forehead. Thwomp playing brilliantly now. Really starting to wake up. 5 kills out on Thwomp. 6 kills out on Crazy Sketchy. 3 on Quirky and 5 on Leon. We're seeing our in-house LEM. Not the frag leader. And we're going to need to see him wake up big time and fast if we want to see anything magical happen. And just because he's holding a deagle does not mean that the round is default loss. We know what can happen with a deagle if in the right hands. Good flash attempt. Jump right click throw flashbang. It flashes high in towards that position, but he's seen the feet. He's seen the feet. That's a nice little leg shot. He's only hit for down to 43 points of health. And he's still trying to move up. Quirky Turtle loves playing on top of the trains, loves getting that information. Thwomp again with a headshot. This man is just a homing beacon for the headshots. Very, very brave, very confident play up here on top of the trains, and he has been punished at last for being quite so bold on top of the trains. Again, like Ivy, you want to leave the top of the trains alone on train. Far too exposed. Maybe easier in a comp when there's more than just one other person holding your back. When you've got a setup of 3 or 4 players over on the A site, it's much easier to stand exposed on a train. But remember, there are so many entrances, so many angles on a map like train. In comes that default Molotov again. Default CC utility. Beautiful tag there on towards Thwomp from Crazy Sketchy. From Quirky Turtle, apologies. Great utility again by Crazy Sketchy. The Molotov's there to slow down the push, and then the smoke is there afterwards. And it just means that the T side is sat there for so long, and it bores them. They get bored if they're not patient or experienced players, and they start going off and wondering, which is exactly what's happened. And now what Crazy's doing is exactly right. He's cleared out A main, and now they know that it can only be Ivy or Pop Dog. Quirky Turtle moving in with that Tech 9. He knows he's tagged Thwomp, and he knows he just needs to find him. And indeed, this engagement is coming to him, and he needs to swing it on the right way. Otherwise, he's going to be looking very silly. They're so close. Look at these angles. Thwomp slips away. There's only 30 seconds left. Quirky Turtle's going to have to be fast. In comes the jump. Thwomp may swing it, looking at his back if he's not careful. Crazy Sketchy still dancing around A main. Crazy Sketchy, it's all so close here. Crazy Sketchy does manage to catch Quirky Turtle in the back. The trade up comes from Neon Leon, and he knows that he's so low. Thwompy is low. Oh my goodness, and he gets caught out in the open. 15 seconds left to go. Such a slow round, and it falls apart. That was last round of the half as well. The reigning Chumps really struggling, and I'm going to switch around that HUD for you as well. Originals showing that score. 7 rounds on that T side, and now they are moving in prized for the kill. And I wonder what we've just seen there. I think what we've seen is Thwomp with armor and P250. This is a preconceived strat right now. In goes the flashbangs, and what it is a juggernaut strat, which is where someone has an upgraded pistol and armor, and it's hard to do, but it cannot counter a one tap, and all we need is Quirky Turtle to hit the one tap. All he needs to do is hit it. One is planting the bomb. He needs to just try and find it, but Crazy Sketchy, the weaker of the two players, not even the Juggernaut, finds it. But there we go. Neon Leon manages to find one. He just needs to land one bullet on Thwomp. One bullet on the head, but no, the body armor saves him. The upgraded pistol and the body armor. It is the Juggernaut strat that pulls in true. That's exactly where it was utilised best. Neon Leon going for body shots. As soon as you hear someone has a P250, you think, oh good, I can literally, even with a USP, 3 or 4 body shots, that person's dead. But when they've got the body armor like that, Thwomp needs 7, 8, maybe 9 shots, depending on where you're hitting on him with a USP to be brought down there. And that is exactly why that is such a good strategy. Great flash in there. The T's thought they were coming out after that smoke, but they've just been absolutely whitewashed. That's going to really take the pace out of it. Neon Leon going with a USP just to have a quick look, and he's really unfortunate with those timings there because they have just crept up. And he's going to try re-swing into this here. Oh, what an angle to Crazy Sketchy! He didn't buy head armor. Oh my goodness, Neon Leon. And it's Thwomp. And it's very scary all of a sudden when you have someone like Quirky Turtle wandering around and you have no idea where he is, because Quirky Turtle does love a walkabout. W and Shift Simulator is what Quirky Turtle does best, and he nods. I know that he's just seen him go around there, but he's going to go for a knife. And what did we just say about Crazy Sketchy in the previous game? The knife, the karma, the bad karma it brings sometimes comes back to bite you on the bottom. Thwomp checking up in towards heaven. Crazy. Quirky, apologies. Quirky's going to actually go round to con. That's going to give Thwomp so much time, but now he's realised he doesn't have that time to go that way. The bomb goes down. Thwomp has 100 HP, remember. Oh, and Thwomp, well played. That was absolutely beautiful. I don't know why Quirky went round behind him. He saw his feet go off round the corner, and if he'd just gone to the bomb site, he knows he would have met him head on and in one of those angles. But really unfortunate. An unfortunate decision there made. And the Originals already looking like they're going to be closing out the first map. but I can't speak too soon. I've seen the originals here before. I've seen the originals on 9 rounds where I thought this was their game, and it's just not happened. They've lost the pace. Nice little pre-fire there in towards A main, but no one is there. The delayed smoke default. Oh, and just the timing there was just really unfortunate. Thwomp has moved out close. He's already past the E-box. He needs to flick his crosshair round to the right. He knows that one's there on the bomb train. Leon is actually moving up round behind them. This is going to be really, really interesting if they get caught out here. But Thwomp finds a beautiful kill there on towards Quirky Turtle. Oh, Neon just missing that spray. Going into an engagement. He does come out victorious, but it is crazy sketchy with 34 points of health planting that bomb. If he can retreat out of this situation. Oh, through the smoke! That's beautiful, but how does he survive that? Crazy sketchy! And Leon manages to close it out. He can manage to get himself a 4th round. Always feels like a lifetime defusing this, and I remember casting my mind back to the last Originals versus Reigning Chumps in the previous Wingman tournament, and it was same again, where Neon has 10 kills right now and Quirky Turtle has 3. The same happened. I think we had Neon on 9 or 10 kills again and Quirky was on 4 or 5. But then he woke up and the map was taken for theirs. And if the same happens again, then that 9 rounds that the Originals got means nothing. And it would have been a second time in one night where the Originals have got to 9 rounds and then lost it, bottled it, lost their nerve at the last minute. Great flash in towards A main. Quirky Turtle revealing that he has a scout and he's popping it off in towards A main. Oh, he's going to pick that up. Very brave to throw utility from the open like that. So very brave. And Neon, where are you going? Where are you going? Far too much space given to the T-side. The Originals working with all that space they've just been given. The smoke in towards Ivy, and it forces Neon towards A1 and A2. He will be coming back in towards A3. Molly on towards the planter. It's slightly off. Unfortunately, you can't see your lineup through a smoke, and it's going to be really tough. Thwomp moving in towards Con. Crazy already behind Neon. He already knows where he is, and there is map point already for the Originals. Crazy sketchy. Our boy here, 9 kills and Thwomp on 13. It's going really well for them. Like I said, they beat the Pro Creators. It wasn't an easy feat by any means. It was a 2-1 victory. They got to the 3rd map. But nonetheless, they are sitting pretty on 1 victory, no defeats in the round robin so far. And it looks like they have every intention of making it 2-0. The slow descent here, I'm not sure if people know that you can just jump down that, and if you just tap shift at the end at the bottom, you do just grab the ladder at last minute. You make no noise and you don't lose any HP either. But there's a player sat in the smoke. It's Quirky Turtle. I don't think they have any idea he's there. Quirky Turtle, has he just... And there goes the Molotov. That separates Quirky Turtle. They can plant the bomb very easy. Quirky Turtle, unfortunately, was poised for them being an A main, but unfortunately both of them came in from the other way. They came in towards Pop, and it is Neon Leon who finds Crazy Sketchy, switches up to an AK-47, and it is now Thwomp in the backlines. The bomb's planted for him. It's being tapped. It's been tapped. And when does he swing it? When does he swing it? Oh, it's tapped! Oh my goodness, he's let it go! I wonder if he could have just held on to that! This is really tough. In comes the HE. Neon with a great kill as well there. AWP can be retrieved. Fantastic round as well. Neon probably should have just left that AK at Quirky's feet. Or in fact, he's going to be chucking it back to him maybe. Much more difficult salvaging weapons than it needed to be. But the round is on the board and it's 5-10. Weapon switch. Quirky Turtle now with an AWP in his hands. Can he change his fate? Can he change that KD 0.25? It's been a rough game. So far, Neon's been putting in the shift. He's on 12 kills, almost pushing the top fragger of the opposing side. Great Molotov now. Peeking that. Very brave to peek that, but there we go. Quirky Turtle waking up with the AWP in his hands at the end. Maybe this is what we needed. Surely he can see him down there. Crazy's country has been rumbled. The karma for a Zeus attempt. I don't feel it's good for the soul. As soon as you lose that humility, it starts to disappear, but no worries because Neon is pushing 13 frags and is on par to be kill leader in this server. That's what we needed though. We needed Quirky Turtle to find a kill, to start coming back into this, and if he starts locking this down, CT side which is rumoured to be the easiest side on a map like this on train, then maybe we're going to see an overtime. And maybe we're not going to see the Originals with such an easy 2-0 on their hands. Textbook Counter-Strike, if it all goes the way that it should. This should be an easy round here for the reigning chumps. 2 people with pistols, a good flash here, and he has great control here on Ivy. But no, he's only visually checked it. They've tucked in. They've tucked in, and he doesn't know that they're there now. Oh no. Depending on when he decides to 180 and have a look back down Ivy behind him, and this is it now. The good timing, hit through the wall. Doesn't do loads of damage, in comes the smoke. Great use of the HE as well. That does nice damage. That softens them up lovely. Leon, great nade there from Neon as well. It's Crazy with only 40 points of health. The utility is beautiful, and the Molotov as well. Crazy can't do much other than try and retrieve this dropped bomb. And there it is. Leon locks it down. As we said, easy up against pistols. Round number 18. The reigning chumps on their map pick. They haven't won anything yet tonight, and this would be a nice little win for them. They lost 2-0 up against the Procreators, and that was in quite a dire fashion as well. The Procreators came out swinging hot tonight, and whether they cooled off, or whether the Originals are just showing that they are just that next level up above, whether they are that boss that people need to overcome tonight. They are the reigning champions after all. Maybe they're out here to prove that that is why they are the reigning champions. The smoke up close. Leon pushing deep in towards Pop Dog. There are 2 AWPs in play, which is why this round feels very slow. Everyone's just putting the feelers out, taking it really slow, and they just don't want to be too eager. But there it is. Bomb finds the first one, but it's not all said and done because Quirky Turtle has an AWP, and we know he's lethal with it. Great play. He's heard the steps, but my goodness, he's missed the quick scope, and Crazy Sketchy makes it 11-7 to close out the first map. My goodness, we are moving our way swiftly onto Vertigo for that rematch.